Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new week of Rose and Carter doing the JOB. Our last full week, loads of stuff going on over the next few weeks. And it's Bully Boy Carter's pick of someone that I can honestly say I've never seen. I've heard the name, and that's about as far as it's gone. Myers. You picked him because of Bret Hart's book, primarily, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I've seen bits. That's where I first heard of him. Like, generally, was Brett talking about him over the years. And I remember just briefly watching a few DVDs of Stampede, and he was on them. I'm going back, I'm guessing 5 or 6 years ago or something. And I was quite interested in him. Like, I was quite impressed with his promos for one, because he just came across as a really believable heel. And maybe watched 2 or 3 matches, but I don't remember what the matches were like. So I thought, and I like Stampede wrestling and stuff, and not the fucking episode that I done on our podcast. That was a bit fucking. That was a one off. But generally, I'm interested in Stampede, and I just like the whole grittiness of it all. Like, and I thought, fuck it, I'll give it a go. Choose someone that none of us will fucking ever choose in a million years, but I thought I'd just choose someone that a bit of a surprise, a bit like that Eliminators tag was a bit of a
Well,
so
I really enjoyed him, to be fair. Learning about him as well, like, because the internet didn't tell me a lot. There was no wiki page like there is for everybody else. So I went to my local Stampede wrestling expert, well, primarily a Dynamite Kid expert, Nick Dutt, and he sent me as much information as he knows about Duke Myers, and a very well-established man who's well respected, especially by the Hart family. I've got quotes and stuff. It was a regular in Stampede in the 80s. It had a number of international tag team championship runs there, with Kerry Brown as the Masters of Disaster tag team, managed by J.R. Foley. He was an amateur in Oregon, but broke his neck in his first professional match. Fucking hell, imagine that. Who trained him? He went to Phoenix, but he said it was embarrassing because there was more wrestlers in the dressing room than there was fans in the stand. We've all been there. He started with Leroy McGurk in 1970, but his first break came teaming with Terry Garvin, managed by a very young bleach blonde Jimmy Garvin. They won the US Tag Team Championship in 72 in Louisiana. He was Western States champion in Amarillo, which would have been the Funk's territory, I guess. He had that for a week, and he feuded with Alfred Hayes. With Terry Garvin, went to Tennessee, where he was the Mid-America Tag Team Champion 4 times and Southeastern Champion. That was the Nick Goulis territory. He went to Hawaii for Peter Maivia in 1980. He said he didn't stay long because he made no money. So then Stampede became kind of home then. Ross Hart says he was the best heel psychology that he'd ever seen. North American champion in a feud with Bret Hart. Tag team titles with Bobby Bass, Mike Sharp, David Schultz, Dynamite Kid, and most notably as a team with Kerry Brown. Bret says notable that Brown and Myers feuded with Dr. D when they sort of turned on Dr. D, making David Schultz the face in 1982. I mean, David Schultz as a face is a strong fucking, something hard to imagine, isn't it? David Schultz is a babyface. So imagine how strong heel Duke Myers and Kerry Brown would have to have been. But that did 3 months of sellouts in Stampede then, according to Bret Hart. Might not be true because it's Bret Hart saying it, but he was called the Colossus of Death in Memphis later on then, feuding with Jerry Lawler, and he was managed by Andy Koffman. So that's pretty cool. The best tag team technicians in the sport, according to Ross Hart. He says the Masters of Disaster were the best team in Stampede of all time. And he wrestled till 1990. Floyd is his name, Floyd Myers. So, you know, a well-respected man, clearly, who's been a fair few places and done a fair few things. So I almost feel like I'm not really a wrestling fan because I didn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah.
I watched 2 from Stampede and 2 from Memphis from 2 different eras. So where did you start, mate?
Well, all my whole 4 of them are from Stampede. Like all of them are from Stampede. The 3 of them around about the same time. The first one I've not got a year on, but the second 2 are from like 82-ish.
Right.
And then
Shall I do mine first? Because mine is from Nick Goulis's territory in Tennessee in the 70s.
right, okay, yeah.
But all of these matches, other than the later one from Memphis, so 3 of the matches start in Progress.
Yeah, all of mine do. All 4 of mine do.
But I suppose Stampede matches were quite long, weren't they? As a rule.
Yeah.
So for TV, it's going to be hard to get a fucking 30-minute match on TV, isn't it? You know, unless it's a big title thing or whatever. But yeah, this one, all mine are tags as well. So maybe I don't get to see Duke Myers wrestling as much as I could have done, but they're all really exciting. They're all really heat filled. You know, they're popping for fucking everything he does. He's a villain in all of them. But the first one, lots of people who I've not seen before, which is fucking fabulous. Johnny and Ricky Fields, the Fields brothers, and Salento Rodriguez versus Duke Myers, the Blue Scorpion, and Jimmy Kent. So literally all new to me. Salento starts. Well, it's when it starts. Salento's on Duke and he's just fucking hammering him. Like, there's clearly back history between Duke Myers and this Salento Rodriguez because he's fucking pissed off at Duke Myers. He's fucking raging at him. There's some sort of revenge angle going on. The commentary's putting over how mad Rodriguez is as well, you know. So he's fucking hammering him. The Blue Scorpion comes in and the Field brothers then come in and fucking batter them. The heels are begging off, leaving Duke in the ring on his ones to get battered. He's like, fuck, you know, everyone's all around him. He's selling the shit out of everything they're doing. You know, begging off at the right times and fucking like proper play in the chicken shit villain. That Salento is fucking relentless. He's got proper. He reminded me of a young Ricky Steamboat. Very in his look as well as his movements and stuff. Apparently, according to the commentary, Salento Rodriguez is deaf. The commentary was great because it says, "You wouldn't know Rodriguez was a deaf dumb mute." Fuck me! Imagine doing that on television now. Myers is now bleeding from the fucking proper mugging that he's had. Scorpion comes in again, the Blue Scorpion, but he soon gets shit canned. Ricky Fields in with fucking more hammer on the Duke. The finish literally came out of fucking nowhere. They're all beating the piss out of Duke Myers, who must have been put over as this fucking beast because he's the biggest in the match as well. He's bleeding to death and he's had the piss beaten out of him by like 3 baby faces. Rodriguez tries to suplex him. He gives him a punch in the derby. Duke suplexes him himself, gets the pin. Literally that easy. I say easy. Suplex fucking. You think about it from an actual fucking normal fight standpoint. You've gone over your head and landed on your back. You're going to be there for a while, aren't you? You know what I mean? When you think about wrestling sensibly, there's a lot less finishes than a fucking suplex that are finishes. But it was fucking, the heat in it was fucking mad. Crazy. I don't know of these people, but you know, the babyface team were over. They hated the Black Scorpion. Jimmy Kent was a bit of a manager as well, so I think he just got roped into the match from being a manager, which he already had heat because he's a wrestling manager. He's always going to get over in it. He was in the match less. It was all, Duke and the Scorpion as far as the villains go, but the fucking heat in it was mad. So yeah, good start for me for Duke Myers.
Awesome. Yeah, my first one is the singles. I've done 1 singles and 3 tags. My first one's against Davey Boy Smith from Stampede. I'm not sure the year, but the second match is from 82. And like, I'm guessing the first one's not that long before 82, because in the second one, he's tagging with Dynamite, and Dynamite's a heel. But in the first one, at the end of the match, Dynamite runs down as a face to help Davey Boy. So I'm guessing somewhere along the lines, Dynamite turned heel. So right. I'm guessing this is probably the first one in order. But I'm guessing it's from about 80, 81 or something. But anyway, we'll find. Right. So anyway, they start again, joined in action, as all the matches are. This is a really good match, actually. It starts with Davey Boy. He's got him on the ground. He's got Myers on the ground, and he's just working the wrist. He's like doing the old fucking bending the fingers back and shit, like, real working on that for fucking ages. He does the old spot where he puts his elbow on the ground, like his hand on the ground, stomps on his elbow, stuff like that. Like really working on Myers' arm. Goes into an arm bar. As he's got the arm bar on him on the floor, he keeps like lifting him up, and then Myers will keep like taking a back bump, but still in the arm bar. Like fucking really good, like keeping it on him for ages. And the crowd are loud as fuck. They ain't doing nothing but work the arm, but the crowd are fucking like popping a lot.
That place where they filmed TV for Stampede. The atmosphere seemed really fucking electric there. It was at the pavilion,
the pavilion, wasn't it?
It was always the same place, wasn't it? But it was always fucking rocking.
Yeah, I think did they do like I think when I read Brett's book, they'd done a loop, and was it like a Friday night at the pavilion that was the main show or something? I think that they'd go. I don't really know my fucking geography, but they'd go like a fucking loop, and then they'd always end up on the Friday at the pavilion. I'm sure that's what they'd done. But yeah, that was the main fucking building, if I remember rightly. Yeah, but yeah, it was always rocking though when I watched it from there.
Yeah.
Myers briefly goes to the eyes on Davey, gives him there's like a couple of exchange punches and stuff, and then all of a sudden, Davey hits a beautiful drop kick out of nowhere. Boom, back in control. Front face lock by Davey, but then he gets forced back into the corner. This is a good spot as well, actually. Myers forces him into the corner, gives him the old fucking, the shoulders into the guts in the corner. Then he goes for another one, and fucking Davey just puts up his knee, so he fucking goes straight into his fucking knee. And his selling as well on it. I wrote that down as well. Myers selling, fucking brilliant.
He was great in that first one, the selling. Like, for a big dude as well. He weren't afraid to sell for the smaller fellas.
Right, yeah. But I mean, it was almost like comical, his sell, like the way he fucking took it, turned round and just fucking like staggered like to the ground. It was fucking brilliant. Right, so yeah, he does that. Vertical suplex by Davey, gets a 2 count. Once again, Myers goes to the eyes, and that starts like the proper heat there. He does a lot of choking with, like, he pulls some string out of his fucking, he wears that like forearm pad.
Gauntlet thing, yeah. Very much.
Yeah. And he pulls the like some string out of there or something and keeps choking Davey with it. Really, really like real good heat. Oh yeah, there's that Wakamatsu manager is with Myers at ringside as well. Davey switches whip into the corner. But like, yeah, he switches the whip, and like Myers takes the fucking hard one, and like he's back in control, Davey boy. As they're in the corner, this is coming to the finish now. They're in the corner. Davey's on him, So like fucking Myers is in the corner, and as he's in the corner and Davy's like fucking pounding away on him, Wakamatsu, the manager, hands him something, like hands fucking Myers something. Like I don't exactly know what it is, some foreign object. Then he goes to swing, but Davy misses. Like Davy ducks, and then he fucking nails the ref. The fucking referee's fucking KO'd there. Referee's down, and then
That's different, isn't it? Like fucking clocking the ref. Like, I mean, it's been done a million times with your teammate, isn't it? With the base moving, but clocking the ref is. I mean, there's been the accidental thing where you fucking clothesline the ref or drop kick the ref or whatever, crossbody the ref. But him with the gimmick is fucking. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it was really good selling by the ref as well. Like proper fucking, it was good. But yeah, he KO'd him, knocked him out, and then fucking not long after that, Davy's in control now, and then Bad News Brown runs in. Bad News Allen. He runs in. He starts beating the shit out of Davy, and then finally the referee's up, calls for the DQ, obviously, because Bad News is in there, and then Dynamite runs down to like even the scores, and then it's a big fucking schmoz and shit. But yeah, that was the end of it. But it was really good though, really, really enjoyable. I can't fault this one. Possibly the best one of the lot. I don't know. I don't know if it's the best one, but it was really good though. I enjoyed it. So.
I think mine might be the one that you have later on from '82 with Dynamite versus Davey and Bruce.
That's the one, yeah, from '82.
Out of this.
Yeah, this was I enjoyed this more than my first one. But yeah.
But I've not seen a great deal of Dynamite as a villain. So this was really cool for me. Like, I mean, he was godly in Japan, adored over here. British Bulldogs team were, WWF baby faces through and through, weren't they? So to see him as a villain, I remember seeing little bits of Stampede, but not to this extent. Not one of them that I've studied. It's just kind of something that's been on. So yeah, fucking hell of a villain.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was like really fucking. You are.
It was kind of new for me to see it that way, and yeah, really cool. Sometimes you think of baby faces, and when I think of Dynamite, I always think babyface. I wouldn't think of anything else until now, and you kind of you never picture him in that scenario, do you? You would never picture Ricky Steamboat as a fucking villain, would you?
Right,
but you know it could happen because they've wrestled all the best villains. But no, it's brilliant. This is another one starts in progress, doesn't it? Chip in if you see anything because you see more than I do. Dynamite. Davey Boy with a drop kick off the top and a crossbody that's broke up by Dynamite. Dynamite Kid in with Davey Boy now. Davey Boy's thrown out of the ring, and the manager. Who's the manager?
Is it
Is it Foley or is it the guy with the turban?
I don't know who the manager was on that one. Was it the same one as?
I think he had a turban on.
Yeah, he had a turban on this one, but he didn't. The manager in the first one, Wakamatsu, didn't. So I don't know.
Okay, let's just call him manager. But he attacks Davey outside the ring, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He attacks Davey outside the ring. There's a bit of double team shit in the corner. Dynamite Kid's fuck it. I've written great heel in big letters, like just dirty stuff, but yet skillful at the same time.
I actually think as well. Like I know, like Dynamite, as you say, you kind of generally know him as a face and stuff, but I think he's like a natural heel, like from like some of the shit like he does, because he's not like the most charismatic. He's not the fucking smiley typical face, is he? He's like, I think he really is like a really good heel because he's just got that fucking like cold kind of look about him, just the like the fucking arsehole type villain,
It was sneaky. It was his face when he does things. I don't know. It's really hard to put across, but you just go, oh bastard. You know what I mean? It really drew me in, and I was legit thinking, oh, what a bastard! Like fucking, he was so close to the fucking corner. Fuck me. You know what I mean? Like there was shit like that. The thing I wrote later on, speaking about getting to the corner, Davy Boy simply crawling to the corner gets the biggest fucking reaction ever.
You know what? I've wrote the exact same thing. I've put Davy keeps crawling and the crowd is erupting. That's exactly what I fucking put here.
And it, like, how cool is that?
He ain't even got. He's literally just got to fucking play half dead, crawling on the floor, and the crowd are fucking like going mad for him to get that tag. It's like
brilliant.
brilliant.
Anyway, back to right. So Davy Boy is posted. He puts the boot up sort of in the buckle as he didn't take the posted through the legs of Dynamite Kid, spins Dynamite Kid over with the little sort of body scissors, I guess you'd call it, isn't it? But he gets cut off quite quick. Duke Myers is in then. I've written he's got the glove on because it's the first, I didn't really notice it in the Tennessee match whether he had it on or not. Claws on. The only thing that I'd knock about Duke Myers, he puts the claw on twice. And you know when like Kerry or Fritz or Blackjack Mulligan or someone would do the claw, Baron von Raschke, it was a big fucking whoosh.
Yeah.
Just kind of goes boof. You know what I mean? There wasn't the big fucking application of it. I mean, who am I to shit on him? I'm not, but there was always more of a show with the others to put the claw on, and it made it more. Well, fuck me, it's on. I didn't know it was on or what he was doing until the announcer told me what the fuck was going on. But that's me being really picky. Bruce manages to get in and chops Duke Myers. Dynamite Kid in control. There's plenty of distracting from Bruce in there. He's good at that. 15 minutes gone, apparently, at this point. They all look pretty fucking sweaty. I thought it was cold there. I've written that. Like, why are they sweating so much? It's fucking freezing. Dynamite Kid off the top with a knee drop, which looks pretty fucking brutal.
I put on that point there. I put like Dynamite's got the fucking best knee drop I've ever seen. Like from that fucking height, it's not like it's not like from the fucking ground. It's from like the second rope or whatever. But he literally lands. I think it's also in the way they sell it as well. But I mean, it fucking looks like it. It looks like it
guillotine, doesn't it? Like you're taking some fucker's head off.
It does. It just. I don't understand how you can do that without fucking caving someone's face in. Because I wouldn't fucking dream of trying a knee drop from that high and like without seriously fucking someone up. Like it's such a fucking talent. Like that is crazy.
At that point is Davy Boy doing the crawl and the fucking place is unglued on it. Duke Myers in nailing Davy Boy some. The claw's on again. But watch out, Bruce is in, fucking drop kick, Bosch this time. There's a whip. Davy Boy ducks and kicks Duke Myers. Bruce starts hot tagging. Backdrop to Bruce Myers, fucking Duke Myers. Davy Boy off the top with a splash. I quite like this sort of thing here. The managers with the ref. Dynamite Kid off the top, but Davy Boy moves, so he headbutts Duke Myers, didn't he? Bruce then with the drop kick to Dynamite Kid out the ring, and Davy Boy goes over Duke Myers in the end. Fucking place is fucking vibrating.
It was a great finish. That I really like that finish. Like because I thought when Dynamite missed and headbutted Myers. I didn't think that was going to be the three because obviously the fucking manager was still up there. So I thought even though Dynamite fucked up and headbutted Myers, I thought Dynamite was going to turn it around and somehow have the heels go over. But no, like it was really good. Oh, Bruce just come out of nowhere with a fucking drop kick, kaplow, and then fucking 1, 2, 3. It was surprised me, but it was really good.
Really good. A very, very enjoyable match. I would say, to be fair, that was my favourite of the three. Yeah,
Yeah,
I would say that was my favourite.
it was my yeah, looking yeah, it was my actually saying that, my third match I thought was really good as well, but it probably was my favourite one, I think.
They
Yeah.
were all great. I mean, my last one I thought would be absolute shits, to be fair, and it was still passable.
Yeah.
What's next for you?
My next one is a tag with Kerry Brown against Brett and Keith.
Brett and Keith.
Yeah. The announced as
I haven't got a Kerry Brown. And I'll tell you for. Oh, I have got a Kerry Brown. Yeah, no, I did do a Kerry Brown. I considered another one, but I didn't do a Kerry Brown. So we're all good.
right, yeah. As the show's starting, it says it's from 81, but in the description it says it's from 82, so it's one or the other, but it's thereabouts.
I've just realised I've actually done 5 fucking matches. I was clearly that into never seeing Duke Myers before that I went right to the top, and I've done 5 matches.
Fucking hell, that's a first.
Isn't it? Oh well. Bonus DVD extra. One's only short, to be fair, though. So
You are?
one's only short.
Yeah. Right, so yeah, Kerry Brown with Duke against Brett and Keith from 81, 82. They start Brett's in at the start, shining on the pair of them, and then it's just Brett and Kerry in. Brett hits the backbreaker, only gets a 1 count on it. Brett's in control until Kerry hits him with a shot to the, well, I'm not sure if it was to the stomach or like to the bollocks, but he's selling it to the bollocks. I think it was a low blow. Tags in Myers, heat on Brett a bit, some quick tags by the heels. Brett finally, like, he goes for a pile driver. I'm not sure who it was on, one of them. But Brett's in the pile driver position, but he overpowers him, throws him over his shoulder, then goes to tag Keith. Keith comes in, and then all 4 are in. The heels get thrown into each other from opposite corners. Keith drop kicks Kerry out the ring, and then puts the figure 4 on Myers. As he puts the figure 4 on Myers, the manager hands Kerry like some knuckle dusters or something, and then fucking Kerry jumps in and fucking nails Keith with the knuckle duster to break up the figure 4, and like Keith fights back a little bit. He gets a tag on Brett, but Keith's fucked. Like, so Keith's not in the match. Like, they actually say that he's had to be taken back to the fucking room or whatever. So it's just Brett on them two. Brett's shining on the pair of them. Beautiful European uppercut by Brett. Myers fucking sells it like he's been fucking shot. Like, usually with a European uppercut, you don't bump them really, do you? You fucking not all the time. You can, but like Myers fucking flew like he'd taken a drop kick or something. It was fucking beautiful, just from one European uppercut. Boom. So Myers is down. I have put here, and I'm not like lying either, but I think watching these matches, I don't want to shit on anyone, but I think it's clear that like Brett is the better of the 3 fucking hearts that are around here. I think it's like, I'm not shitting on Keith or Bruce. I'm just saying that like, just watching them, like the mannerisms and the movements, I think it's kind of clear. But just thought I'd throw that in there. But anyway, where the fuck are we now? Yeah, now that Brett's on the pair of them because Keith's fucked, Myers jumps Brett from behind as he's on Kerry. So like they regain control on Brett, and then I'm not quite sure what the finish was about, but it's a DQ and Kerry, because this is during the period where they get the cards where they got red carded. And and I'm not sure what it is. I think he might have just been fucking up Brett, and like the referee was trying to get him off him or something. But I didn't see the actual. I didn't hear the decision. But they ended up getting a red card and getting disqualified. But I'm not 100% sure why. But either way, it was a good match though. I would say the second match was my favorite, but this was very enjoyable, and the crowd fucking loud as hell. Like still, like just so fucking loud for not a lot as well. It's not like they're doing a fucking 1,001 things. It's just the fucking emotion that you know. But yeah,
Beautiful.
but there we go.
I'm gonna do. I'm only gonna give you the 4 matches, and I'll just briefly go over the finish of the one that I did before. And I've taken the one out because in it wasn't a great deal of Duke Myers because it was an 8-man tag. So like there wasn't a lot of Duke Myers in it. So I'll do this one. I don't know the date, but it's the Masters of Disaster. So Duke and Kerry Brown versus Mr. Haito and Jim Neidhart.
Mr. Hito, yeah, that's one of the dudes
Okay.
that trained Brett, innit?
Yeah, and Jim Neidhart. Very
Right.
babyface fucking Jim Neidhart. There wasn't a lot to this at all because it's joined in progress as are normal. But the fucking heat was amazing. Babyface Jim Neidhart is in trouble in the corner, getting choked by both men. Fucking, it starts with them double teaming him, which fascinates me a little bit because Jim Neidhart's quite a beast here, as he always was. But is it Hito?
Yeah.
Hito, right? Hito is like 4 stone. So, but I mean, Jim Neidhart's doing a fucking fabulous job of selling everything, and it all looks fucking right legit. So there's a face lock on. They do the fucking tag gimmick, fucking villain comes in, blah blah blah. There's a pin attempt by Duke Myers on Jim Neidhart. Big kick out. Fucking Duke Myers flies like 8 foot up, which probably puts over Jim Neidhart's strength, right? Posting, Jim moves. Kerry Brown goes through the middle rope and sort of clutches his shoulder on the post. Doink. Hito comes in now. He's fucking choppy and everyone fucking choppy, drop kick, choppy. Kerry Brown cuts him off. And the finish, right. The finish, I don't think was that illegal, but it leads to them saying that it was tremendously illegal. So the finish, I've never seen this before either. It's fucking a beautiful thing. So Kerry Brown atomic drops Hito, but onto Myers' knee.
Right. Yeah.
Simple, right? But I don't know as I've seen it done. Kerry and Duke are face to face, and boom onto that. Now I think they're claiming. So they've won, right? They've won. They're still the international tag team champions, yada yada. Kerry Brown is fucking, he's fucking gloating and shouting, fucking waving the belt off, lovely jubbly. Now out comes Cedric Hathaway, who is the senior referee of Stampede. Now I didn't know this until the time, but Cedric Hathaway is actually Ivan Penzikoff that wrestled over here. I'm a bit of an Ivan Penzikoff fan, to be fair, but I didn't know that he did the referee thing in Stampede. Very cool, Ivan Penzikoff. Very sort of comedic yet typical at the same time. Anyway, Cedric Hathaway is here. He's telling the referee, no, it shouldn't be allowed. It's a low blow. It's double teaming, yada yada. The match restarts. Hito collides with Duke Myers, literally a crossbody, and the fucking Hito and Jim Neidhart win the belts. And again, the place just fucking blows. Proper, like, electric LOD fucking heat. Like really good. It's a very simple match. Nothing happened in it at all. It was a fair whack of time. But see, Stampede was it was action, but it was well timed, well paced, wasn't it? You know what I mean? It was it was a really, really good match considering fuck all happened in it. But the heat was amazing and very enjoyable. To see Jim Neidhart as a babyface, I enjoyed in his youth, right? To see Ivan Penzikoff as a referee, a senior referee of like that kind of role was pretty cool. I'm not the biggest Kerry Brown fan, not the biggest Bob Brown fan, but yeah, he was great.
Oh. Well, we'll wrap my 4 up with a tag so it's Duke Myers. This one's a lot later on. This is from 87 now. So this is like 16th of January 87. He's tagging with Ted Arcidi.
Yeah, I've got this one.
Against Bill Kazmaier and Mr. Hito.
Yeah. Now I expected this to be the drizzling shits, and it was only just like a little bit of shits.
Yeah, I thought this was like average. Put the weaker in my 4. But
I went with really low hopes of this.
Yeah.
I was like when I'm if I go in like expecting the worst, I left pleased.
Well, I went with this one for a few different reasons because I've heard so much about Mr. Hito and probably only ever watched like 2 matches of his, like, ever. So I thought, I'd like to have that on. And also, it was a lot later, like I said, it's 87. So I thought, I'll see what it's like. And obviously, fucking Duke Myers has got a different look here, hasn't he? He's fucking got the old chrome dome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought I'd watch that. Put that one on.
This is after Ted Arcidi's WWF run. Because he was at WrestleMania 2, which was 86, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is after that. But before Bill Kazmaier's WCW run.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Kazana said that Bill Kazmaier was one of the strongest and possibly most painful men that he'd ever wrestled.
Yeah.
Just the other side of Alicante, But this is what's this? This is 3 years before that. So imagine how fucking green he was here.
So yeah.
I know. If your car broke down in the car park that night, them 2 cunts would have pushed that easy.
What?
If your car broke down in the car park that night, those 2 cunts would have pushed it, wouldn't they?
Definitely. Fucking hell. But yeah, I've not wrote a lot for this. I think they were kind of building to Arcidi and Kazmaier, weren't they? Like
I don't think I could have sat through Arcidi and Kazmaier in a singles.
No. But I think that's what they were trying to get at, weren't they, with the whole
I don't hate myself that much. I'm not against Ted Arcidi at all in any way. I found him really quite entertaining. And the whole muscle man gimmick in the WWF. Well, it wasn't a gimmick, it was him, wasn't it? But it was unique. I mean, there was meathead sort of muscle men in the WWF, but it wasn't their gimmick like, oh, I am a weightlifter, that is my gimmick. You know what I mean? So it was kind of different.
Yeah.
But it was just him. So, it fit.
Thought he had a brilliant look.
I've seen a shoot of his with Hannibal. And
I've seen bits of that. I've not seen like the lot.
Certainly seemed like he enjoyed his time.
You are.
He certainly seemed like he enjoyed his time there.
Yeah. Right, hang on then. Right, so Arcidi and Kazmaier start in action. Arcidi, like I said, I've not wrote a lot for this. Arcidi's in control. Then Myers comes in. I've put here Myers is fucking bold. He didn't look nothing like I'd just been fucking watching him. Kazmaier switches the whip into the corner, then hits him with a big fucking line. Boom. Mr. Hito's in. Myers takes control. Hito gets the fucking shit kicked out of him in this. Like, it's like he keeps trying to fight back, but He's not fucking having it.
No, they're not fucking buying it. Arsene was a good villain too, right? Because like in the WWF, he was a babyface, wasn't he? Yeah, quite a good villain, I think.
Yeah, I thought he was good as well. To be fair, I think he had a fucking great look.
He was a villain in World Class, I think.
Right.
He had like a little feud with Matt Bourne.
All right. Oh.
I think Percy managed him. I could be wrong. Don't know. Anyway, sorry.
Right. So yeah, Hito tries to fight back, but keeps losing control again. The heels do the old in and outs in the corner a few times. You know, fucking pull him out, but then pull him back in. Boom, together. He takes them buckles. Quick tags by the heels.
When you're saying that, I've written 7 tags in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Front face lock. They do the old false tag spot, which I do love that spot. To be fair, from the front face lock, it's they used to see it quite a lot, not so much now, but I just think it's simple and it always gets a good reaction. Like if you do it right.
Have you got to the bit where Hito takes Arsene down by the legs, but Arsene just doesn't go?
No, I've not written that part down.
He like leg dives him, and Arsene goes, nah.
It's like not today, mate. Yeah, front face like they do the false tag, and then the finish comes out of nowhere as well, doesn't it? I wasn't expecting it to be the finish because I think everyone's expecting Kazmaier to get that big hot tag, but it never came.
No, so, Kazmaier might as well have not been there.
Yeah, but saying that, like, I mean, I quite like this for like 2 reasons. Like, for one, you don't always need a fucking hot tag because if it's legit, you don't fucking know, do you? So I don't think there's anything wrong with having a finish out of nowhere where, like, because literally every single fucking every tag match has a hot tag because that's what they're there for. They're building to get the other guy in, right? So when they finish it like this, he just drops Hito on the top rope on his throat. Boom, 1, 2, 3. Fucking jobs are good, isn't it? And it's like, and then they've got like the stare down with Casimir and Arcidi and stuff, and 2 big dudes, and it's like, I think they should have maybe kept them apart, like more. Like I think
the stare down would have meant more if when it was joined in progress, they weren't already beating the piss out of each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because right at the end, when they do the stare down, and there is a bit of a schmoz and shit where they get rid of him, like gets rid of Arcidi, but I don't think that should have maybe happened either. Because if they're building to a match, they probably shouldn't have touched in the match, and definitely not at the end either. I think it would have been good to have that fucking separation, but that's just me. But
was this Bruce's booking again?
You are.
Was this Bruce's booking?
Well, it would be because it was Bruce that brought in the fucking yellow and red cards and stuff to Stampede. So I'm guessing
fucking brilliant. I'm all for them. I love that. They did them in Europe as well. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Really like.
Yeah, I'm just saying that this would have been actually saying that though. The fucking red card was in like 82, so this was 87. So it might not have been Bruce, but I'd assume it would be Bruce because Brett and all that were gone, so Brett had nothing to do with it. And 87, I'm sure it would have been Bruce. I'm positive, yeah. So there we go. But that was probably the weaker one of the lot, but it was still fun.
Still passable, yeah. By all means. There was the one that I didn't realise I did 5. It was from Memphis. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but it's November the 1st, 86, from the CWA in Memphis, and it's a team called the Animals, which is Duke Myers and Mike McGurk, not my very attractive WWF ring announcer, Mike McGurk, like a big ass fucking hairy ass wrestler called Mike McGurk, and Memphis Vice, which is Jerry Bryan and Big Lou Winston, versus Jeff Jarrett, Pat Tanaka, Billy Joe Travis, and Tracy Smothers. So a big 8-man tag. and there wasn't. I took the reason I chose not to fucking stick to this one after I realised I did 5 was because there wasn't a great deal of Duke Myers in it. It was primarily the finish because Jerry Bryan and Duke Myers had a bit of a fallout when Duke accidentally Bryan and Duke get heat because Duke Myers accidentally nailed Jerry Bryan. Jeff Jarrett rolls him up because Duke Myers gets pushed by Jerry Bryan. That was the only real bit that Duke Myers was in. I mean, the fucking match was great, but it was great because it's got fucking Tracy Smothers, Jeff Jarrett, Billy Joe Travis, and Pat Tanaka in it. Fucking 4 people I really enjoy. But yeah, I mean, fucking Duke Myers, I think, was a fabulous. I'd never heard of him, and I feel guilty to a degree that I've never heard of him before. Well, that's as far as it got.
Yeah, like that's what I said on the last one we done. When we done the Armstrongs, and I said that, like, because fucking, there's that many wrestlers from all different walks of life, from all different fucking territories, from all places, all over the world. So there's so many people that I'm sure we're even yet to discover. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's just like it's impossible. Because of how many people are, especially with YouTube now, it's easy to fucking just hear a name, type it in, and away you go. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so good.
You are literally seconds away from an education at any time, night or day, which is the beauty of the internet. The only thing that's, the only thing the internet-wise has done for wrestling is given us YouTube and the ability to speak to wrestlers all over the world a little more than we could do before writing a letter or phone calling, wouldn't it? Which cost a fucking fortune. But yeah, fabulous pick. Very much. And the best. I mean, you love the Stampede. Me, not so much. It's not really my cup of tea. It's I enjoy the heat that they get, and I enjoy the timing of it all. But it's a little bit too Japanesey for me.
Yeah, I mean, I like the grittiness of it. It just doesn't seem like it's not like a well polished, like, you know what I mean, kind of thing. It's like, I think there's a certain like realism to it. Like, it just kind of feels a bit legit. Like, and the crowd, when you watch like promotions from back then and territories, and they you can always kind of judge like the crowd. Like, some things we've watched, the crowd are a bit like, you know what I mean, and then other things. But every time I watch Stampede, they seem to be fucking like just really like they care, like, you know what I mean. I guess it's because it's generally always the same fucking fans, isn't it, basically, like, and it's like they're so invested in what they're seeing, like they literally fucking believe it. And and that's what I like about it. It's just like, that they fucking care. They're not just there because they're on fucking vacation, so they're going to go and watch a show. Like, it's like, proper enthusiastic fans, and don't think you can go wrong with them. My favorite kind of fans.
So from Canada, we go to Wednesday when we're off to Knoxville, Tennessee for some Smoky Mountain. And who was your tag pick for Friday?
The Fabs.
Yes, I forgot that. Yeah, so Smoky Mountain on Wednesday, Fabs on Friday. This has been Duke Myers, an education. Very much enjoyed it. See you then.